The city glowed peacefully under a full moon. Children slept soundly while the streets remained quiet. A young boy yawned, whispering, "Good night, world," before drifting into a deep, peaceful slumber. In the darkness of his room, the shadows began to stretch and twist into unnatural shapes. The window creaked open slowly, allowing a thick, dark mist to flow silently into the room. The mist wrapped around the sleeping boy. He stirred in his sleep, but could not wake. With a sudden, chilling motion, the boy vanished into the mist. Silence reclaimed the room. The next morning, chaos erupted. Parents shouted in panic as police searched the empty house. The mother cried, "He was right there! He did not even make a single sound." Aetherion and Voltaris stood on a rooftop, overlooking the city with grim, focused expressions. Voltaris said, "No signs of struggle. No energy spikes. There are absolutely no clues here." Aetherion sighed. "So, an invisible kidnapper. That is just great." Nyxara appeared silently behind them, her presence causing the air to grow cold and still. Nyxara spoke softly. "It is not invisible. It is merely patient." They turned to face her. Voltaris grumbled, "Can you stop appearing like that? One day I am going to scream." Nyxara replied calmly, "You already do. Frequently." Aetherion chuckled at the unexpected dry wit. Nyxara looked at the moon with deep concern. Aetherion asked, "You know something, do you not?" Nyxara hesitated before whispering, "This is not random. This is a deliberate lure." They waited for nightfall. Everything went quiet. Even the wind stopped blowing through the trees. Voltaris whispered, "I do not like this quiet. Quiet means something bad is planning something." Suddenly, the entire street froze. Time felt as though it had slowed to a crawl. Dark figures rose from the ground. They were tall, thin, and hauntingly silent. Aetherion drew his weapon, muttering, "Okay, I officially hate these things." Aetherion attacked, but his flames passed right through the figures. They were intangible. Voltaris ran through one, but it had no effect. He felt confused and frustrated. Voltaris shouted, "I hit one, I think. It felt like I ran through a bad decision." Nyxara watched the battle carefully, her eyes scanning the shifting patterns of the shadows. She closed her eyes, letting the world around her fade into a blur of gray. She stepped into the shadows. Suddenly, she could see the creatures clearly for the first time. Nyxara declared, "They exist between moments, not in them." She prepared to strike. As she fought, flashes of her past appeared. A younger Nyxara, alone and surrounded by darkness. A mysterious voice echoed in her mind, "Control it, or it will consume you." She hesitated for a brief moment, and the shadows grew stronger, sensing her inner doubt. Aetherion was knocked back by a surge of dark energy. Voltaris was trapped in a field. Voltaris struggled. "Okay, I am officially not fast right now." He could barely move. Aetherion shouted over the chaos, "Nyxara, we need you!" The shadows closed in on them. Nyxara took a deep breath and whispered, "I am not the darkness. I control it." Her eyes glowed. Nyxara raises her hands high. Darkness and moonlight merge around her form. For the first time, a faint, knowing smile touches her lips. Nyxara whispers to the void, "Now, I finally see you." She turns to her allies, Aetherion and Voltaris, with newfound resolve. Nyxara commands them, "Follow my lead," as she prepares for battle. She marks the shifting shadows with brilliant, guiding beams of light. Aetherion strikes with precision. This time, his blade finds its mark. Voltaris attacks with perfect timing, shattering the enemy's defense. The dark shadows begin to fall, crumbling under their combined might. A massive shadow entity rises from the earth, the leader of all. It lunges toward Nyxara with terrifying speed and hungry intent. Nyxara stands perfectly still, refusing to move as the beast nears. At the last second, she splits into shadow and light. She dodges the attack and traps the entity in a glowing lunar cage. The world returns to normal as the heavy silence finally breaks. Sound rushes back into the world like a long-awaited tide. The missing children reappear, lying asleep but safe on the ground. Parents rush forward, crying with joy as they find their little ones. A little girl runs to Nyxara and pulls her into a warm hug. The girl whispers, "Thank you," looking up with teary eyes. Nyxara freezes, clearly not used to such open displays of affection. Slowly, she places her hand on the girl's head in a gentle gesture. Aetherion watches the scene quietly, a look of pride on his face. Voltaris walks up, shaking his head at the strange turn of events. Voltaris remarks, So shadow monsters that kidnap kids in silence. Totally normal. Aetherion nods in agreement and adds, yeah, happens every Tuesday now. Nixura almost smiles at their banter, feeling a sense of belonging. Far away, in a dark fortress, Gravemord watches the scene unfold. Gravemord Rex whispers to himself, she remembers, as his power pulses. The dark energy around him grows stronger with every passing heartbeat. The narrator speaks softly. In silence, fear grows within the shadows. The voice continues, but so does the light of true courage. The screen fades to a soft, ethereal glow of moonlight. The narrator concludes, and sometimes, the quietest heroes are the strongest. Nixura looks toward the horizon, ready for whatever comes next. The screen goes black, leaving only the sound of a steady heartbeat.